Hello Capricorn, and welcome to my channel. I'm Ethereal Angel. Welcome back, or welcome depending on if you're new. If you are not new, you know that I typically don't do mid-month readings. I typically do readings for the entire month, but I am doing mid-month for a few reasons this month. And so I'll give you an extra 4 cards around tomorrow's full moon in Scorpio at the end of this. So you will get a pretty in-depth reading, do not worry. Oh my gosh, so 6 of Cups and 9 of Pentacles seem to be really prevalent, Capricorn. Just keep that in mind across these readings. Definitely collective themes going on. Okay, interesting. There's going to be a lot of notes in the description once I watch parts of these back about related messages. So let's just dive in. For you, Capricorn, you're sitting in the 6 of Cups reversed, and your partner is in 9 of Pentacles reversed. So Capricorn, it looks like you're nostalgic about something or someone in your past, or a feeling that you had with your counterpart in the past. This being in reverse tells me that presently you're not sure if you can recapture that. It's almost like you saw this person as a soulmate connection, as somebody who was your, was a very strong connection for you. But now I'm feeling like with this in reverse, you're kind of rethinking in the present moment who you want to move forward with. Now, over on your counterpart side, we have 9 of Pentacles reversed. So this upright is somebody whose material needs are very much met and fulfilled. They have, a feeling of sort of like obsession towards you. In this deck, I feel like the 9 of Pentacles is like really, really strong feelings, but in reverse, it's like that energy has somehow been interfered with. And I kind of feel like it's similar. You guys are like in a similar mode where it's like you were obsessing over each other at one point, and now it's like, for whatever reason, things have kind of gotten out of whack. Their inner thoughts about you, we have the Page of Pentacles, and your inner thoughts about them, we have 3 of Swords. Now, I feel like with Page of Pentacles, it's a vibe of somebody who's indulging you, but you don't know if you can really trust, in this deck, you don't really know if you can trust their intentions. It's like temptation. It's like, it feels good. There's a lot of pleasure here, but it's like a guilty pleasure. And this is like their inner thoughts about you. So it's like, now remember, you can read this reverse, but it's almost like either you're their guilty pleasure or you're their guilty pleasure. That's what I'm getting with this card. It's like, because there's heartbreak on the table. So there's some sort of form of guilt here. And there's some sort of form of regret. I feel like with the 6 of Cups in reverse, like you've done something you regret. There's like an obsession that has turned it was a positive obsession, and now it's like a negative obsession on their end. And now you're experiencing some form of like guilt or heartbreak, or you're thinking of this situation with heartbreak. The block here, you have Knight of Wands blocking you, and they have 4 of Swords blocking them. It could be that you dealt with a fire sign and it could be that this guilty pleasure or this indulgence that you had was a fire sign, and they're blocking you from sort of moving forward, Capricorn. It could be that somebody comes in also, and with Knight of Wands, they come in really hot and heavy, and it sort of is like this feeling of like you're just swept back off your feet and you get right back onto the horse. And on their side, we have 4 of Swords, which is like all about sort of like taking a break, retreating from the situation, and taking a step back. Like it's almost like there's like a feeling of like their block is sort of like cutting you out. And it's like your block is like, okay, fine. Like if you want to end this, then I'll just like hop on the next best thing. Or like you're getting someone that's going to come in here and sort of distract you. There's a lot of like there's a lot of like sexual frustration on the table here. It's like, because Four of Swords in this deck talks about like masturbating and like the act of like, let me read it for you. It's kind of like a strange, masturbating. Excitement allows you to overcome the lack of affection. However, if this should continue, you will have to seek forgiveness and not punish yourself excessively for your errors. It's almost like Capricorn, like, yeah, like maybe there was a dull out, like maybe you were with someone and you weren't excited and not feeling passion, and then it's like you indulged in something that kind of came back to bite you in the ass, or that in like that you have to forgive yourself for, because now you're feeling guilt and heartbreak about it. And it could have been like this night, it could have been a fire sign that you kind of like engaged with, and now it's like they're coming to collect, if that makes sense. What's interesting is your outcome, you have Justice in reverse, and theirs we have the Lovers in reverse. I will say it looks like you're gonna have to reconcile in some way whatever was done, whether that's through reconciling it with yourself or with your partner. Because it does look like there was a third party involvement, or like there are two people on your counterpart side is what I'm getting at. And maybe you weren't with a person, like maybe it's not a cheating scenario, but this looks a little, it looks a little like some spark died with someone in your past, or like that you thought was your soulmate, and then you kind of like found this person who was obsessed with you, and now you feel guilty about it because like there's another person involved. Like this has three people. It just looks like that kind of situation, because on your counterpart side with Gemini, the Gemini card, but it's like the Lovers card in reverse. It's like we all have a choice to make. You can choose to do the right thing, you know, and tip the scales of justice yourself, or you could choose to let the universe do that for you. Let's see what the romance angels say. Interesting. So yours says flirt, extend your lighthearted energy to others. Theirs says playfulness, to recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. If you are in a situation where maybe you didn't cheat or anything like that, and remember you can read this reverse, but maybe you're just feeling like the spark has gone out in something. And Capricorn, I remember a few months ago you had a tough reading. And it could just be that both you and your partner need to like get back into a more lighthearted energy to reconnect with each other. Because it could just be that like both of you have needs that aren't being met, and that's okay. Like we're human, so like relationships are about compromise and communication. You just have to voice if there's something going on that you don't feel completely fulfilled, because your partner can't read your mind. Interesting. Okay, Capricorn, so this is like kind of an overall view, 3 cards, past, present, future, for your love life, to kind of clarify everything we just talked to. Interesting. In your past, you have 7 of water, 7 of cups, a complex decision, the need to do research, stop procrastinating. It looks like you had some options, okay? You had some cups put in front of you, you had some options, and you had a decision to make, like with this Gemini. Now, what's in your present is unity, and it says traditional viewpoints or methods, spiritual organizations, seek out mentors and like-minded friends. So this is Hierophant. You're getting back to, like, it was like your energy was being directed and kind of scattered. Now you're back at a place where like all these cups have become these orbs around you, and you have made a decision like, okay, here's what I actually want versus like what I don't want. And now you're kind of getting back to the root of like who you are, and you're using this experience, this Seven of Cups experience, to kind of basically to solidify like what you want in your life and out of a partner and out of your love life, and how you view commitment and what really makes you happy, Capricorn. Because in your outcome you have Knight of Earth, which is you. Loyal, dedicated, honorable, kind. Time to buckle down and get things done. Honor your commitments, a guardian angel. Honor your commitments, Capricorn. Like, honor those who have been loyal, dedicated, honorable, and kind to you. And take a viewpoint of all these lessons you've learned from this Seven of Cups time in your life that was a little unorganized or chaotic, and use it to keep a very firm grasp of who needs to be around you and what qualities they need to have. Okay, and really just build a foundation with somebody who is this kind of Knight of Earth energy like you. So Spirit's advice on what you need to release. We have High Priestess. Listen to your intuition, have patience, consider carefully what you want before acting. High Priestess is asking you to release fears and learn how to distinguish between a voice of fear and a voice of intuition. Because sometimes that's tough, because our fears can end up speaking pretty loudly to us, and High Priestess is asking you to get rid of the bullshit and really only like be protective of your energy, and make sure that anything wishy-washy is out of your aura and out of your energetic field, and that you're really just focusing on that inner voice within and being very, very grounded, Capricorn. Because it looks like something kind of like uprooted you and took you out of character. And it's time, High Priestess is saying it's time to get back to yourself and being true to yourself and true to what you know in your inner voice is right. And whatever it looks like to make that decision and tip the scales of justice back is what you need to do. All right, Capricorn. Well, that was a pretty, precise message. So for those of you that resonated with, I hope you're able to really get back in tune with yourself this Scorpio full moon. For those of you that didn't resonate, check your rising, your moon, and your Venus sign. And I will be back again filming pretty soon for your June readings, which will not be mid-month. They will be the full month, how we usually do. So have a great rest of May, Capricorn.